Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Joy, and for those who do know me, welcome back. Today I'm going to be giving you guys friendship green flags. Yeah, because I feel like there's just too many red flags out there, but friendships, good friendships do exist. So if you have a friend that ticks any of these boxes, you need to hold them tight, hold them close, because they are a good friend. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get right into the video, but don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you want to keep seeing more of me. So yes, let's get right into it. The first green flag is a friend that checks in on you. So if you have someone in your life, especially now as adults, we are so busy, especially like with work, family, school, whatever it may be. Like we don't get to talk to our friends, 24/7 like we used to when we were in high school. So if you have a friend who takes the time out of their day to just check in, to just see how you are, like, hi, how are you? Yeah, I just wanted to see how you're going. Like, guys, that is a green flag. It's actually very, very special for someone to think about you, in their busy day. They're thinking, oh my gosh, I wonder how so and so is going, let me just ask. Like, that is a green flag. That is green flag number one. A friend that checks in on you. Okay, second green flag is a friend who communicates with you how they feel. Yes, guys, in this world of I'm gonna cut everyone off, just block them, just unfollow them, guys, if you have a friend that can communicate their feelings to you, they are a good friend, and it just shows how much they value you guys, because it is so easy to just like never speak to that person again. So if someone puts in the effort to have an uncomfortable conversation with you, that is a good friend. Like a friend that can communicate, that shows maturity, that shows how much they care for you. It shows, like, it just shows a lot of things, and it shows that they want to potentially fix this problem and keep being friends with you. So that is a good flag. That is a really good green flag. So yeah, a friend that communicates with you. Another green flag is a friend that respects your boundaries. Guys, in this life, you have to have boundaries. In this life, you need to have standards, boundaries, because especially as you get older, there's certain things, like for me personally, one of my boundaries that I have, I don't do phone calls past like 9 p.m. or 8:30 unless it's an emergency. But beyond that, I just feel like out of respect for this new chapter that I'm in, it's not good for me personally to be, on phones at night, especially when you have like family to take care of and things like that. So that is like a boundary of mine, and guys, no friend has ever crossed that boundary. They're very respectful, and also I do the same in return. Whatever boundaries that they may have, it's just, again, back to the other point, it's about communication, but then respecting and honoring one another's boundaries, irregardless of how, whether you understand it or not. But yeah, that is a very good green flag. Like, I love my friends because they don't cross my boundaries, they respect it, I respect theirs. So that is why they are good friends. Like, that is a green flag. This is a really good green flag. A friend who is open to receiving feedback or like critical criticism. Guys, I can't lie, it's not the easiest thing to receive criticisms from your friends. Like, sometimes you might take it personal, because remember in my other video I said don't take things too personal. Like, sometimes genuinely some things are out of love. And so if someone is open to taking criticism, and guys, I'm going to take it a step further, if they then take on the criticism and then change their behavior rather than staying and being like, no, it's just how I am. Like, I love a friend that is open to listening and learning new things that you may have picked up on them, or just behaviors that you don't like, and then they're like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much for letting me know, I'm gonna work on it. Like, that is a good friend. If you have that friend in your life, hold them tight, don't let them go, because that is very mature, and that is just a good friend. Because in this life, things happen. Your friend might be late to pick you up, your friend might not make it to your birthday. It's different scenarios that we can't, they're just inevitable. Like, if you're going to be with people, sometimes we're going to fall short. So if you have a friend that is open to listening to, okay, this is how I can improve to better our friendship so that we can continue, that is beautiful. That is a good friend, and that is a really, really nice green flag. This one, I love this green flag. A friend who can apologize when they're wrong. Guys, just listen to that. If you have people in your life that when you bring up something, they're able to acknowledge how they've made you feel, and they apologize on top of that, and then again changed behavior, because we know that apology without change of action is manipulation. So if someone apologizes and says, listen, I'm going to work on it, and actually works on it, that is a really, really good friend. Me personally, like, apologizing has never been that hard for me because we practice that at home. So I've learned that with people's upbringings, it can be very, very different. Some things that might be easy for you to do might be very hard for them. We don't know people's like upbringing, etc. So if you have a friend that can genuinely take ownership of their actions and they can apologize, but then it's one thing to apologize, but I love friends who are also forgiving. So that's another point. So I'm going to put them together because obviously you need forgiveness and then you need to apologize. Like, they go hand in hand. So if you have a friend that, you know, when you've done something wrong, they are forgiving and very graceful, that's a green flag. And also if you have a friend who is able to apologize when they've, you know, fallen short, that's a really good friend, and you should keep them, because I feel like there's no other way to maintain a friendship without those two. Like, you're gonna have to consistently practice and consistently exercise apologizing and forgiveness all the time, because we're human beings, we fall short all the time. It could be something so minor and something extreme. That depends on the people's personal situation, but a friend who can do those two is a good friend, and you should cherish them. Next green flag is a friend who supports your growth. Guys, a friend who doesn't feel intimidated by your goals and by you achieving things, because I feel like I always say everything comes down to seasons. There's always different seasons in people's lives, and you and your friend are not always going to be at the same stage of life every single time. So sometimes it may seem like you're ahead, but I don't even think you're ever ahead of anyone. I think you've just reached a new stage that they haven't yet reached. So a friend who's able to congratulate you when it's your turn to shine, when it's your season, that is a really, really good friend, because I've learned to actually be more graceful for that friend on the receiving end. So if you are achieving something that you both want, for me, I'm in the season of practicing grace for them to understand that, listen, this might be hard because they wanted the same thing that I want as well, and I managed to get it. They also, it's okay to feel upset that you didn't get something that you also wanted, but then being happy for the friend for reaching their goals, it's just, that's a really, really, really good flag. And in this day and age with social media, with competition, guys, and everything like that, if you have a friend that is still doesn't see you as competition and they support your growth and support all your wins, that is a good friend. Like, one thing about me, I'm always gonna clap for others until it's my turn. That's me. Strangers, people I know, families, it doesn't matter who. Like, your win is my win, and that's how friendships should be. So that is a really, really nice friend. That's a green flag. Another green flag is a friend whose words and their actions align. Like, that is a really good quality to have as a human being in general. Like, I literally had to work on that because I used to get carried away and get ahead of myself and would, you know, say things because genuinely my heart wants to do those things, but it's like the actions will take a little bit longer. So now I've learned that because my sister has brought that up to me, and a really, really close friend of mine, and I was like, thank you so much for telling me that. And I could see where they were coming from, and I've been working on it genuinely, because I think mine was rooted in the fear of saying no sometimes. Or like, sometimes in your head you're like, yeah, we should hang out, Lol, but then it's like I wouldn't follow through. I'll just be like, oh yeah, we should hang out, just in the spirit, you know, when, because it's like, yeah, we really should, but then it's like I didn't follow up and organized time. Because for me, I think I'm the type of friend where if you organize something, I'll come. But I think it's good for our friends to feel appreciated and for things to be reciprocated. Like, it's transactional, it's a two-way street. So if you have friends in your life that, you know, when they say something, you truly believe that they're gonna do it, that is a good friend. And of course, like, here and there, sometimes life happens and things change, but it's also about how they communicate through those changes, etc. But that is a good friend. It's a good quality to have in every relationship that you have around you, that when you say something, you truly mean it and you're gonna follow up with your actions. So yeah, I really, really, really like this friend. So this next green flag is a really good one. So this next one is when they speak about their other friends with respect, especially when they're not there. Guys, in this life, you have to be humble. You have to know that if someone can do something, like if they can speak badly about someone else, then you have to think, okay, me too, when I'm not around, this is exactly how they speak of me. So if you have friends in your life that when they're speaking of their other friends, they speak them in a positive light, always respectful, then that gives me assurance that, okay, me too, maybe when I'm not there, this is how you speak of me, right? So you should always keep that in your heart and in your head, and know that, okay, how someone speaks of their friends, especially when they're not there, is how they speak about you. So if you have a friend that speaks positively about their other friends, that's a green flag. I love that. Another green flag is a friend who is intentional about resolving conflict. So a friend who is very intentional and knows that, listen, life is gonna happen, and when things happen, the first thing is to try to fix whatever it is, because it's always going to be me and you against the problem. That is a good friend. That is a green flag to have. You know, not running away from the problem, but actually facing it and having those uncomfortable conversations, but you know that you guys will always come out stronger. That is a green flag. That is a really, really good friend. I love friends who are like, I value you over whatever we're facing, so I'm gonna be very intentional and we're gonna solve this conflict. At least we're gonna attempt to solve it in a respectful manner. That is a good friend. That is a green flag. Another green flag is a friend who tells you exactly how it is. Okay, that's basically me. And I think for me, the two people in my life that actually always tell me exactly how, like, what I need to hear, not what I want to hear, my mom and my sister. Like, those two will put me in my place. Like, those two will always, they do it so gracefully. But I think it's so easy to tell people what they want to hear, but I believe that a true friend will tell you what you need to hear. And sometimes what you need to hear is not the best news. Remember, there's key in how we say things, right? Especially if you're going to deliver news that doesn't want to be received because it's like hard to take in. It's very important that we do it with grace. But I've always been that friend who would tell you an opinion or advice that is completely different to what everyone's telling you, because everyone's always going to tell you what you want to hear majority of the time. But my close friends know that when they come to me, there's no jokes over here. I'm going to tell you exactly how you were in the wrong. Like, I love my friends, but if you're genuinely wrong in a situation, I'm not just going to take your side for the sake of taking it. And my friends know that. And so I'm always going to assess the situation. I'm not biased, even though you're my friend. I'm just going to tell you how it is, because that's how I get advised. Like, that's the people in my life that always tell me what I need to hear, but they do it with grace. So a friend that can tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, what you need to hear, is a good friend. That is a green flag. Anyways, last but not least, I feel like another green flag is someone that genuinely makes you feel happy and makes you feel safe. It makes you feel at peace. Like, I love those friendships. I have those friendships where when we hang out, guys, it's like nothing else in the world matters. Like, we're just there to have a good time. Like, it's just good vibes. Like, we're just laughing. We could literally be doing the bare minimum, like going out to eat, which is all we do, and we'll just have the time of our life. Like, that is a good friend, and those things are very important. And I feel like now I'm learning the importance of community, because as humans, like, the way we're literally conditioned to function is we're social beings. Like, whether we like it or not, I function, of course it's good to function alone, because sometimes, or some seasons, you're gonna need to be by yourself. You're gonna have to take some paths alone. However, the way we created, we do thrive with community. You know, that's why we go to church, or we go to gatherings. Like, we love being with people, but not every single person. I love being around good people who just recharge your batteries, people who make you feel good, you know. So that for me is a wrap of my green flags. So if you have friends that resonate with anything that I've said, keep them very closely, keep them tight, because those are good friends. And the question is, are you a green flag? Are you a good friend? Ask yourself those questions and reflect and see if there's anything that you maybe lack in, that you could improve in, etc, etc, because there's always room for improvement. Even myself, I'm like, yeah, I could learn so much from that list. So I really hope you guys learned at least one thing from this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.